Hello and welcome to another episode of Queens of Business podcasts. Honest business talk is happening here. And today we have our fourth episode. And this is actually a pretty interesting one. Do entrepreneurs need to dress or looking confident naked? What is your opinion? If you're listening to us, leave a comment, share your ideas. This is always super interesting to see what other people think. And I am a naturopath, my Vistic Skincare founder, my Liiski Vistik. And on the other side is lovely.
Kira, I'm your coach person, go-to person. So simple, right?
Yeah, super simple. And what is your take on the clothing side? Is it important how we look or it doesn't really matter?
Mhm. It's the most important how we feel. And if looking good makes you feel better, then of course it's important. Then on the other hand side, we have different sorts of industries and requirements. Uniforms sometimes are needed, and it would be non-professional, not smart in in a sense of business, not to accommodate other person, but requirements of your business. If you don't consider the rules and why the rules are there, I would say it's important to know the rules in order to break them. And then, if you consciously decide to break them and make your own rules, then it can be great as well.
Can be. But you said uniforms. So if we go like, let's say to aircraft industry or schools, if we don't feel good wearing these things, how can this influence our daily tasks?
I completely agree. So, so here we are agreeing again. The point is that yes, um, we should feel good. When I think about uniforms, there are two types of uniforms. One, um, specifications of the uniform is there because the requirements of business is requires that. Like your architect, well, you are a construction engineer at a construction building. Of course, that you are going to have the helmet, and of course, you are going to have some shoes. And you can be entrepreneur and be constructor in construction business industry. And then I don't feel good wearing the helmet, and I don't feel good wearing these sorts of boots because they are not barefoot boots. Doesn't make sense, right? That's one type of uniform. And then another type of uniform, the one which I prefer, is feel good uniform. Something that you don't think about it. It is your confidence suit. It is like um, Superman uniform or Catwoman uniform or any kind of action figure. And then you put yourself dressed to the occasion, outfitting yourself for the task ahead, right? This type of uniforms
Mhm.
I prefer. And then there is the third type of uniforms. This is my classification, so don't get me like, oh, this is like some kind of a norm. The third type of uniform would be the ones that are required for no obvious reason or no sense. And then it makes sense to break the rules. It makes sense to make your own, like Zuckerberg did with his T-shirt and not wearing the suit in his line of business. It's okay, and it's like a confidence stand. That's another story. Or we know about turtlenecks and Apple guy and stuff like that, Steve Jobs, and so many other examples, like Richard and Virgin. He's the UK guy, English guy, knowing the dress code, knowing how to dress well, and still he decides on something else. This is a statement. But I'm interested in hearing what you say about it. All of it. What's your stand? I know that you dress so nicely. I actually complimented your dress style when I met you. Or did I? No, I
Yes.
didn't say it. I thought it. I know that I thought about it. I liked it a lot. The hair colors and your personal branding as well. That's completely connected to it as well.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for noticing it. This means I'm doing something in a good direction. But yes, there are different ways how we can use the uniform word. Sometimes it can be confusing, like we can match uniform with the school uniform and that's that. But actually, everything goes under it. Like you said, personal branding as well. And when I started about 5 years ago, my main thing was to choose archetypes for my brands. Like, who are these? Who doesn't know this? You can Google it and you can find 12 different archetypes and you can see which one resonates with you or with your brand. And you go from there because people like storytelling and people like values. If you are a value based person, of course,
Can I
not
stop
a
you?
lot of businesses.
Yes, sorry. I just wanted to say this is so super important and super super solid and super helpful to anyone listening. So, just wanted to be very specific. So, you
Mhm.
started with 12 archetypes, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, you Googled it, you knew about it, you Googled it, and then you felt what is closest to you, or did you make some quizzes, or how did you proceed?
No, that was the next point. Like, if you are value based business or a person, you already know your values. So it's super easy to see the archetypes and see which one resonates. There isn't like hassle. Of course, if you have no clue about values and you just want to make business, then it's hard. Then I don't know. I think there are quizzes, you can take them, but I always recommend start with values. Everything else comes if your values are there.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't Google it. I heard it from some workshop, and then I went to search for it because it made so sense. If you know your archetype, you know everything. First of all, you know the vibe. What is the energy that you give out? Then there are the colors. Which ones are your colors? And then, of course, the values. Like, do you want to be like a entertainer? Do you want to be like I don't know, fairy? Because in my brand there is one side is fairy kind of style nature, and other side is like wisdom, sharing the uh, truth about what is inside your cosmetics and what should be there and what shouldn't. So these two go together, and that's why always I wear green or brown because these are my main colors. And when I started, though, I had my regular colors because I love colors. I'm a color person. I don't have black things at home. Maybe one black jacket if needed to use it sometime, but that is that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went deeper with building the brands, I actually eliminated a lot of things and only keep buying green and brown stuff because I'm my brand anyway all the time. And second of all, it's super easy. If you have similar colors at home, you can just put on whatever and it takes less time. It's like the sample you brought out, like Steve Jobs. The same things, just many pairs to just take it from the closet, put it on, save time, don't overthink it, super easy. So
Yeah.
there's like many benefits.
Yes, misconception is that if you just wear a regular t-shirt, like white t-shirt and blue trousers, or black trousers, it is faster. But basically, when you curate your wardrobe, you just need to think like one day or half a day. You need to invest. Of course, you need to know yourself, your values, but then you need to invest, like let's say, one day into it, and then you have it for entire season or entire. Oh, it can be more than a season, um, and you are
Yeah.
dressed for occasion. So it doesn't have to be more time, but it has to be smart, I would say.
It has to be smart. And I know a lot of people have no clue because maybe they have low esteem or like there can be several reasons why some people are afraid to wear different colors and they then take either black or white or brown or gray, right? These are the colors,
Mhm.
don't stand out basically. But there are some, I don't know how they are called, like experts that actually do color scaling on you based on your skin tone, your hair, your eyes, etc. So if you don't know anything about colors and you don't want to even invest or look into it, you can just book your time, go there, do the session, and you have full scale colors that match to you in case you want to build a personal brand. Because
Mhm.
if it's not a personal brand, it doesn't really matter what you wear, but it's
Mhm.
always good to feel confident. So
Mhm.
that's why I would really suggest find your colors that
Mhm.
actually support you being you.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, this stripping down or deduction or elimination or however we say, but we mean the same thing here, can be demanding part in it. Because there are so
Mhm.
many choices in styles, in colors, in possibilities. And then there it happens, not only decision fatigue, there it happens, not knowing who you truly are, your reality, superhuman now, versus fantasy, never superhuman self, I would say. Superhuman
Mhm.
is in reality, in my view. Um, but I still like this 12 archetypes so much. I think it's going to be valuable for anyone listening. And this elimination deduction part. For me, the elimination part was quite challenging as well because one part of my business is dealing with companies as a business consultancy part, and as well group coaching in the company's domain, in executive coaching and serious business stuff, where one of my background is uh, telecommunications industry. Okay, we can be a little bit flexible there, but on that level, dressing up is important. And at the same time, I like working with clients one-on-one, personal, and having real life story successes where it's more casual, it's more like this kind of me. And combining that into persona to be able to show to the world was quite challenging. So, how was it for you when you were combining this wisdom and fairy parts of you?
I was actually just thinking about it and laughing in my head because previously, when I was working as an employee,
Mhm.
I had a lot of long sleeved shirts, like business type.
Look at
And then
us.
the
Look at
blazers.
us. We have our hands in open.
Exactly,
Even
exactly.
tattoos. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Mhm.
But then the jacket on, like looking really professional because this is what business people do in a way. But I wasn't business owner then; I was just regular employee, and I threw all of these things out. And now I usually wear like kimonos, like bigger clothes that are like more air can flow between the clothes. Basically, that is the idea, right? And it made sense. It wasn't really hard when I was starting my brand. It was just like, oh, it's so me. It fits, it clicks. But with other things, it's like, oh, I have to wear that jacket because this is what is in for this season and this color fits this season. And it's crazy how we actually try to mold ourselves what the rest of the world says. In my opinion, that's super wrong. Just wear what you want, you feel it, you know that it fits you, and then the confidence comes as well because you feel so good in your clothes that the confidence can shine. Otherwise, like, I'm sure everybody has seen these super tight jeans or like super high heels. And of course, heels can feel good if they are proper shoes, right?
Yeah,
But
anatomically,
they
very
can
nice.
be,
But
yeah, but they can
rarely.
be super
But rarely.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you walk in these and you think you're super good looking, and you can be good looking, but it is so uncomfortable that you can't be confident.
Yeah.
And that is the major problem, at least in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. And another part is that when we are talking about our naked skin, I think that our primarily first suit is our skin, is our body. And then here we are again into the wellness part of um, topic or importance. Because no matter what you dress, if you don't feel good in your skin, and actually as well, um, exercising, taking care of what you eat, then no matter what you put on yourself, doesn't look good, right? I mean,
Yeah,
for me, I believe for you as well. But maybe someone won't
exactly.
agree with us, and I would really, really would like to hear some kind of contra argument, like why it's not like that.
Well, we can easily imagine like a business lunch. You go to meet the new customer or business partner, and you maybe eat something that is not meant for you. Maybe there's some cheese and you're lactose tolerant or something. You eat it and you feel bloated afterwards, but you have a nice stress on you. I'm sure everybody would feel uncomfortable because
Mhm.
your stomach is bloated, right? So it literally means so much what you eat, how much you move, how do you sleep, even. Because I was actually before just having one discussion that if you go to bed later than usually, then if you have this glucose meter on you, you can see it the next day, the spikes,
Mhm.
because only because of the reason you went to bed later than usual. You
Mhm.
didn't even have to eat wrong, but you went to bed on the wrong time. So everything is connected how we feel in our first suit. I really love that connection that our skin is our first suit.
Yeah, yeah. And I think now it's even trend, like to take care of that suit, but it doesn't have to be like, oh, you are so buffed, you are so muscular as another person in, let's say, your industry. It is about authenticity, being yourself and expressing your authentic, healthy self. For me, healthy is so sexy.
Me too. Healthy is everything. It's like the number one priority.
Yeah, yeah. And it's the basis, yeah, for everything else, right?
Yeah. And when you
Then,
mentioned
mhm.
that your skin is your first suit, that actually comes together super nicely with our today's title, Looking Confident Naked. And I seriously ask all our listeners that try that. Please remove your clothes, stand in front of the mirror, and look at yourself. And if you can't do it, this means you need to do it more. You
Yeah,
need to feel confident in your own body because clothes are just carnival, like or theater. We can use whatever we want on different days, different moments. But our skin is here forever. We can't really change it.
yeah,
So we might as well start loving it.
yeah. Test your presentation naked.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
could be also.
I do remember when was it Gwyneth Paltrow? I guess yeah, it was Gwyneth Paltrow. When she was ridiculed because she was eating naked as some part of her I don't know, confidence or testing or whatever, and then it was ridiculed. But if you don't feel confident in your own skin, how can you feel confident in anything else and in your life?
Yeah. And you can see it also in gym, for example, in ladies' dressing room, that some people are so afraid, like they cover themselves up with towels and like if they want to change clothes, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, why? We are not here to judge. Although now I'm a bit judging that you do that, right? But
Ah,
that's
okay.
the idea.
Yeah. At the same time, I had the other experience just last week. No, 3 days ago, something. Yeah, exactly. And then there was a male room, dressing room, and one guy completely opening himself up with open doors. It was like at the same time too much as well on the opposite side of the spectrum. So transparency doesn't have to be that kind of transparency.
Through that, through that, we always can meet in the middle. Try
Yeah.
it, test it, but then, of course, that's not meant that walk around everywhere naked.
Yeah.
But it's good to love yourself because if you love yourself, everything else comes easy. All the negotiations, all the business partner findings or whoever you need to speak to. It comes super easy, or even do your presentations. Because if you are confident, no matter what happens on stage, like a few weeks ago, I was at the Biohacker Summit doing my presentation, and then there was like two parts. One was really like theoretical, and then the second part was practical. I was showing some face yoga exercises. And the funny part was, because of course I was nervous, there was a lot of people, but we did the exercises. I asked them to stand up before, and then I asked them to sit back down, and they started applauding. And I was like, no, no, it's not over. I have two more important points. But I was laughing in my head, like, why did you just say that? Because yes, I was confident. It came out as a joke, but in my head, I was like, that was so stupid. They applauded because they loved the exercise. Now let's continue, right? But if
Yeah.
you're not confident, you could be like break down, be like, oh my God, what just happened? It could be like a nervous breakdown, right?
Yeah.
And this is all practice, how you feel in your skin. And it starts from there, self love.
Yeah. Self-love and be true to yourself, right?
Yeah.
One of the good reasons as well to find out what your true self likes to wear and what your true self well, I would say is a kind of ikigai, like finding where you are, finding where the world is, like a balance, what we talked about, not complete transparency, somewhere in between, balance, and then you find that sweet spot.
Mhm.
And you mentioned 12 archetypes. And I would like to mention play, role play. You can fun yourself into knowing your style and knowing your message and how to convey it in terms of how to dress as an entrepreneur for the meeting, for the client project, or whatever that you do. So basically, if you're not sure, you can test it out. Give yourself like a couple of weeks or month or two, and then you are going to get your answers. Just notice what feels good, and then check everything. Like just be observer of that.
Totally. It's actually similar with testing out your presentations. Like one time you do one way, another time you start another opening. And in the end, after fifth time, you're like, okay, third one works, fourth one doesn't work. And you know it.
Yes,
It's the
yes,
same with clothes.
yes, yes. And as well, the third way is to come from your future self into your present self. Like think about and feel about how do you want to feel dressed up, how that would feel. And then it will show itself what that in reality is. Like, is it a dress? Is it a suit? Is it
Yeah.
whatever?
And it can be even tailor made clothes. Maybe
Yes.
you want something that is specially for you.
Yeah.
But if you're just starting, it might be a bit too much.
Yeah.
So just test out with buying some options and
Hmm.
seeing how it feels.
Hmm.
But the more connected you are with yourself, I actually know that a lot of you are connected as well. Then I believe that if you enter the store, you can be there 1 minute and already know if there is something you like or not. You don't
Yes.
have to go through all the piles to see, I need to find something. It's not like that. It's like either you find the click or not, and it takes really little time to see the one thing that you need.
Yes. Completely, completely, yes. But for someone just starting their entrepreneur road and part, or just this part of finding themselves in terms how to dress confidently, or how to be able to wear whatever they want to wear. Um, and we mentioned archetypes, we mentioned role plays, but as well, it is checking your role models. That's
Mhm.
as well a good way of testing the waters. Um, and because sometimes people don't know what is out there until that they expose themselves to all sorts of influences, right? Not like
Yeah.
scrolling Instagram and just wasting time like that, but just be mindful of like somebody's in your industry checking this out and, oh, I like this. Mai is so natural, she's so beautiful, she's so healthy, and then it can be a good starting point. Not
It can.
to. Mhm.
And also Pinterest is a super good place. If you go with the archetypes thing, then after you have found your archetypes, is it one or more, make Pinterest boards, because then you can see the feeling and you can see what you like. Of course, you can find it in Instagram, but I prefer Pinterest because there's so many
Yes.
more options and so easy to combine these boards. And then you have always the visuals. You can print them out or you can go back there, and there's never questions if you're at the store if you should buy something or not.
Yes. Completely agree. Completely agree. And the key is to align yourself, your values with what is out there, and then, as you said,
Mhm.
clicking.
Yeah. And it can be sometimes vice versa as well, because I know I said you have to love yourself and start standing in front of the mirror naked, but it can be in a way that you go to the store, you purchase something nice, and then you see it on you and you start thinking, wow, it actually compliments me. I look good. And from
Mm.
there, you go backwards. And then
Mhm.
you, maybe after a month or a half a year, it depends on the person. Maybe after 10, you see, okay, I actually like my body. I look
Mhm.
good.
Mhm. Yeah, we are not talking about self love, we are talking about self appreciation, right? But
Mhm.
there is as well appreciation towards your client, towards your business partners.
Oh, yeah.
This is where this kind of ikigai meets, like this kind of intersections of all of this. And this is what I mean when I say balance, appreciation, and appreciation as well towards what you're going to wear
Mhm.
and how it's going to help you sharing the message that you want to share, doing your business even better.
That is true.
Mm.
Yeah, and because everybody can agree, if you go to meet your business partner or have business lunch, you are not showing up with messy hair or without brushing your teeth or like maybe with the home t-shirt. It's disrespectful. You put yourself in a nice costume, brush your hair, and then go there and have a nice meeting, right? Or
Yeah.
even if it's a video call, you still show up looking good. And this
Yes.
again
Yes.
gives confidence. If you
Yeah.
look good, maybe somebody compliments you, your day is better, your work is smoother.
Yes. I I would like to add three more words into this because someone might listen to us and go out and go on a shopping spree. Like, but my three words would be: shop your closet first. Well, four words if you had first. Shop your closet, because when we mention this elimination and stripping down, we have so many things that we are not even aware that we can use. Some of
Mhm.
it is already our true value, our true nature, our honest, most transparent, authentic self. And if that means having one outfit that is right for you for this time in your life, then you have that one. And it can be your thing. You can make it as, oh, this is my thing. I mean,
Mhm.
hello, Steve Jobs did it, Mark did it. So many well, very extremely rich people did it.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be actually full clothing. It can be like a hairpiece, like a hat. I know hats are super popular now, or earrings, or maybe some bracelets, or something that you know that is you. If you're not maybe that open to test out clothing, you can just work with some accessories.
Yes, that's a good example as well. Yeah.
What is your favorite thing to wear if you know that you have a super important meeting and maybe it's the first time you meet that person ever. You need to lock down this business deal. How would you dress?
Uh, Actually, very often it was accessorizing, and so it changes throughout the phases. For quite some time, there was combination of a watch. It was very important for me the kind of watch that I'm having now. It's a little bit different because smart watches are the thing, and I don't usually now don't I don't wear my other watches besides my smartwatch. So it was about watches. For some period of time, it was about red bracelet. I really, really benefited from the power of red, and having red for some important meeting was very good for me. Lately, I really, really love to wear, but now I don't have it to show it. Uh, uh, One specific ring that I have, emerald one. So I really love it. Um, and so this is what I remember the first. Oh yeah, at sometime I really, really enjoyed and benefited from the power of a white shirt, crisp white shirt. I felt like $1 million, invincible.
Mhm.
But it does change.
Of course it does. Like I remember a period, I don't remember how old I was, like 12, 13, something there. Everything in my closet was purple, like everything. And I think it was until a few years ago when I was able to wear purple again because I was so fed up. Everything was purple. I don't even know why I chose that. Maybe something from my third eye or like my crown wanted to get connected, but that was too much purple.
But
But now it's
actually,
changed.
I can see you in purple. I think it would look perfect. I mean, perfect. This is perfect as well, but it will be so good on you. Cannot wait to see you in purple.
I actually have one jumpsuit that is
Okay.
purple, and it's really good because this is more like lilac, not like dark
Mhm,
purple.
mhm.
But I'm still laughing like it took me years to overcome this purple phobia.
Yeah, and I often see you with your earrings on.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think this is as well kind of your thing, at least to
Yeah,
this point. Yeah, it was for me as well. I was having some years that I was not only, but always wearing earrings, and now you don't see me so much. And lipstick, yeah, lipstick was as well a thing. Um, like strong lipstick. And then for some years, none of it. But what is good about lipstick? It brings that color, and it can be that red color, and then you have it.
yeah.
Or
I
yeah,
say that lipstick is your thing. Yeah.
yeah. Um, or as French women do, they always have this. Well, always when they are stylish, and then when they are having the message is red nail polish,
Mm.
either French manicure or red.
I was just checking. I have two.
You have blue, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think you said you have lipstick. I
Mhm,
actually have nail colors, but
mhm.
I rarely wear them because if I do face massages or something, my nails have to be short and like not so bright. But since this is summer and it's vacation, then I have like blue top things like this, you know.
Oh, this is your color, pop of the color. Yeah, your thing. What do you think anyone listening to this would like to hear and would have the struggle with or something?
I think the struggle is the outcome, like what how we started, like how you should look. But I think the ending part now, we gave so many examples how easy it is to play with. Like, is it the lipstick? Is it your hairpiece? Is it your nail color? Everything.
Everything
Actually,
applicable for male population, right?
yes. You
Yes.
know,
Anyone
but,
listening from okay.
but still, there are accessories like bracelets that male can also wear, and hats again can be both ways. So be creative. If I understand, it can be difficult if you don't like what's in your closet, because it's also expensive to now start to change everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I would recommend to start small. See first the archetypes, what clicks with you, and then even if you don't know if something clicks from there, then you could scroll the Instagram to see if there are some brands that you resonate. You feel good because the feeling needs to be there. And
Mm-hmm.
then you can see what colors they use. Then you can go to the store, see if this color could match with you. Do you even like it? Because never do the mistake that you like an archetype, for example. You see that the color is orange there, and now you go buy everything orange, but you hate it. It doesn't feel good on you. Then it doesn't look good. If you don't feel it first, never put it on because it looks weird.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we mentioned this feeling good. We started with this, and now again we emphasize feeling good. So it's about dressing, it's about feeling, it's about thinking a little bit like what my values are and what kind of message I want to send out. And then you combine it. But most important, have fun with it.
Yeah, have fun with it. Like the same example that I gave, I was having so much fun wearing purple, right? It wasn't like, and I'm talking about this out and open. I even have photos of that period.
Oh,
It's
we
like,
need to see these photos. I need to see these photos, okay?
yeah, but this is the thing, that this is the period, or the period that I was doing ballroom dancing. You could see my face close up with all this makeup on. That was awful. And I was again like a teenager with my age, but my face looked like 40-year-old because there was so much like foundation, shine, all that. This is again a period, fun period. So we are playing the game of life. So why not be playful? We
Yeah.
don't have to be afraid anymore. We are grown-ups.
Yeah. And since we have to wear some clothes and not go naked around, right? It's illegal.
Although some people go naked to already some Oscar festivals or some these places, just using nipple
Oh, yeah.
stickers or something.
Yeah. Exactly. But usually it's illegal, right?
Yeah,
So, as we already have to wear something, why wouldn't we have fun with it and use it for our advantage?
true that.
Mm.
That is the question we are leaving you today. Think about it. Also, leave us comments what resonated with you, what thoughts came up. Maybe you have even some other opinion how clothes can influence you in business. We are so open to read these comments, share them, maybe even in the next episode. Just talk with us, share with us, and enjoy the rest of this week. Thank you,
Love this.
Kira.
Yeah, thank you.